everybody, with spooky season coming up, we're going to be reacting to the first Spooktober video on NWR 1991's YouTube channel called Echoes in the Night. So let's go!
Thomas and Percy were helping the workmen create parts of the branch line.
Excuse me?
They were hard at work installing a gate at Crow's Farm Crossing. They were making good progress, but Percy was feeling hot and bothered. I need a rest. It's too hot, he complained.
Too hot.
Thomas was losing patience. All summer, Percy had complained about one thing or another, and Thomas had had enough. Up ahead was the old windmill, which gave Thomas an idea. Maybe you should rest now and help the workmen tonight, said Thomas. Yes, that's a great idea, Percy smiled. Please, can I? That's fine with us, said the foreman. We'll expect you back at sunset.
Yes, I do that with my gum sometimes. Shut up.
Later that evening, Percy came to relieve Thomas. Good luck, Percy, Thomas started, but I would be careful if I were you. There are spirits about when the sun goes down over the windmill.
Thomas,
stop! Stuff and nonsense.
I agree,
Percy
stop
frowned.
it!
It's true, Percy, Thomas insisted.
Why does Thomas do this to Percy? What did Percy ever do to Thomas?
At night, you can hear the wails of the spirits inside. He glanced at the horizon. Not much time until sundown, Thomas said, shivering. I'm getting out of here.
What do you think, Vampire Bear? Do you think he's being honest? I'm kidding now.
Well, wait! Percy shouted, but Thomas had already bounded into the distance.
Maybe Percy had a teddy bear or a teddy bear.
Continued well into the night. All the while, Percy glanced up the old windmill, which creaked with the wind, its arms moving ever so slightly, illuminated by the pale moonlight.
Have a bath.
Suddenly, Percy heard an eerie wailing coming from inside the windmill. It echoed across the valley. What was that? Percy yelped. I'm not sure, said his driver. Neither am I, added the fireman.
Oh, no.
It's probably the wind.
Oh, my camera's
but
never
the sound
done that
came
before.
again, this time louder. Oh,
Wait,
a
that's my
spirit,
teddy
Percy
bear.
cried and charged forward straight into the workman's van, which knocked some of the trucks off the rails and left
Stupid
Percy's
user, really.
front badly scraped.
No.
The next morning, Sir Topham Hatt came to see what had happened. You'll have to go to the works to be mended, he said. Thomas will take your place with the night cruise. But, sir, the windmill? Percy began. That's enough, Percy, said Topham Hatt
I love my
and
teddy
walked
bear.
into his car. Thomas.
What better way to watch a spooky video with your teddy bear? It came with an autopsy card. But anyways.
What are you laughing at? Percy fumed. It was a joke, Percy, laughed Thomas. There's no spirits in the windmill. But there are. I heard them. We'll see, Thomas said. Later that night, Thomas and the workmen were putting the finishing touches on the new crossing gate.
Why do I feel like it's wolves or something?
Thomas looked up at the windmill and...
Okay, it could be three things that I'm guessing. It could be owls, or it could be dogs, or it could be werewolves.
laughed.
Wait, are dogs and werewolves the same?
Poor gullible Percy.
We'll see.
But as he was getting ready to leave,
I'm going
an
with...
eerie sound came from the
See, that sounds like a werewolf to me. I'm going with werewolves.
eye. That sounded as if it was coming from inside the windmill, said Thomas's driver. We better take a look. The driver and fireman walked up to the old windmill and peered inside. Thomas was alarmed to see them running back a few moments later. We got to leave right now, said the fireman.
What?
Come
What
on.
is it?
Thomas and the workman's train left in a hurry. Thomas looked back at the old windmill, only to see a gold light coming from one of the windows and a black figure on the hill. Thomas was more afraid than he had ever been before and rushed back to the sheds where he hid, his eyes glued shut. The next day, he caught up with Percy at the crossing. Did you have a good night? Asked Percy. Did you hear the spirits? Thomas gulped. Then the eerie sound from the night before came again. Thomas jumped. A figure emerged from the windmill and walked towards them. Thomas was surprised to see that it was Farmer Crow with a bundle in his arms. He opened the bundle to reveal several small puppies. Thomas's crew suddenly burst out in laughter. "There's your spirit, Thomas," his driver said. "These puppies were crying in the night, probably hungry," Farmer Crow said. "Your crew and I fed him last night and decided to turn this little joke round on you, Thomas. But after the lime and these puppies, I think I'm done with your ghost stories." Thomas's face burnt hot red in embarrassment. He was certain that there wouldn't be another ghost story for a long, long time.
I knew! One of my guesses was dogs! I didn't think it was going to be puppies! By the way, if you want to know what these are Teddy bears. They come with an autopsy card and a body bag, and this guy got a vampire. I took his cape off because I think vampires are better without capes. But yeah, apparently how he supposedly died was a stake to the heart, and he has other people's blood. So, but anyways, guys, that's all for this video. I'll see you all in the next video. Adios, everybody.